is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another Pokemon Legends ZA video. Alright, so we have a slightly different video for you today. So this is not going to be one of the big news videos where I talk about Legends ZA and then I talk about a bunch of other stuff. This is going to be strictly a Legends ZA video, because the 4chan text dump I have for you today is massive. It's a big old girthy text dump today of information about Pokemon Legends ZA. So, of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, don't like us, what YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I'll shout you out at this portion of the video. Alright, okay, so now, you know what happens with 4chan leaks. It's a 50-50 chance that they could be real, they could be fake. So this is partially me going over potential information for the game, partially fun because it could be fake. So, alright, let's hop on into this. So, it says, hello, I posted information regarding Pokemon Legends ZA previously. However, at that time, I had only a handful of information. Mostly regarding the story and characters. I have discovered a lot about the game since then, so I will be covering it here. Keep in mind, I will be retreading on information mentioned in the previous post. Good, because I don't know what you said before. So, it says general information. Game takes place in the 19th century. Events of the game occur a couple of years after Legends Arceus. Does not take place entirely within Lumio City. That one singular X post was wrong. Did not have enough information on the game at the time. So that's interesting. So it doesn't just take place in Lumio City. So where else does it take place? Because all the marketing material just has Lumio City on it, you know. I mean, they can't give you the whole region. So where else would it take place, you know? Kalos at this time is known as Anthos, the Anthos region. You play as the newest member of the Quasar Company, an organization responsible for protecting Project Flare. Goal of each chapter is to go to each of the 5 locations, battle the Guardians, convince the retainers to allow the Quasar Company to use the Infinity Fountains to power Lumio City. The starters are simply Chespin, Finnegan, and Froakie, like in X and Y. They each come with a brand new Megastone. It was directed by Kazumasa Iwao. So, okay. So far, this sounds pretty much like as we kind of expected. It's kind of like Legends Arceus, just a little different. You know, you go, you battle the Guardians, big boss fight. All right, let's see what else we got here. So it says, characters. All right, so we got Pavlos, is the founder of the Quasar Company, head of Project Flare, leader of the executive division. He is the ancestor of Lysander. He serves as the commanding officer, issuing orders. Project Flare. He secretly happens to be the prince of Anthos region, but he ran away from his duties to pursue his dream of architecture. His father, King Gutierre, does not like this, or he also doesn't like his son tampering with these powerful infinity wells that could destroy the city. So we know Sigvald is the villain. Clementine is the head scientist of the industrial division. She is an ancestor of Clement. Okay. King Gutierre, and the current king of Anthos, he's the ancestor of Lysander. Okay. Kyuri is the Mega Evolution Guru, is the first person in history to Mega Evolve their Pokemon besides Rayquaza. He is an ancestor of Karina and Gherkin. Okay. Alright. Looker, an ancestor of... Oh, okay, I'm about to say, isn't it? I'm about to say that nigga must be immortal or something. Like, alright, so we have more characters. We got Genko. He invented the Pokeball. He's Kurt's ancestor. AZ, a returning character from X and Y. He shows up around the end to explain alpha synthesis to the player and how to take it down, giving the player the Zygradite. Comes with slightly different design, reflecting the clothing of Anthos. In the end credits, the player helps AZ catch his first Pokemon in 3,000 years. A Golett. There we go. I know he had a Golett, so he explains this. This person, you know, this writing prompt is pretty good. I don't think it's real because it's very extensive. I don't know how this man will have this much information, but at least he likes to dot all his I's and cross his T's. Volo, returning character from Legends Arceus, he is wandering trainer traveling around the world in search of myths. Appears in the post game as a tough bonus fight, but never goes crazy like in Legends Arceus. Implies to the player that he helped Sigvald with his plans, but never outright states it. So basically, this man is like Pokey Satan. Alright, he going around helping people do nefarious actions. Alright, so then miscellaneous stuff. So we got abilities returning, Hisuian items and Pokemon are available via the marketplace that is eventually built into Lumio City. There's an in-game trade for a Hisuian Sluggo and a Hisuian Avalugg for their Kalos counterparts. This is also how the player obtains the black Agurite. Agurite? Okay. And various event-related items like the Dianceite, the Zero Aurite, and the Prison Bottle. Some Pokemon are found naturally in their regional forms in Xanthos, such as Galarian Ponyta. But how, though, is the question. How? Alright, well, how they fell outside of the Hooper Rings, my good sir. Alright, so basically, this is about the energy that they use for Mega Evolution, because that's what Infinity Energy is. So there's an Infinity Fountain, or Infinity Fountains that they're going to use to power the city. So that works. That sounds about right. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing with the Legends ZA starters being the X and Y starters, I don't know about, because we've kind of had hints from the Terra Leaker that that's not going to be the case. That they're not going to be the X and Y starters. So, you know what I'm saying? Now again, he could be lying, he could be making up stuff, but he's the only one that's actually seen the game. So I don't know about that one. So the story starts off with the discovery of a large amount of Infinity Energy found in the middle of what is at the time a rundown The story starts off with the discovery of a large amount of Infinity Energy being found in the middle of what is at the time a rundown Lumio City, leading to many people moving there. The energy spot is known as an Infinity Fountain, and there are 6 total fountains throughout Anthos. The other 5 fountains have been sacred locations in Anthos, and the 6th is found in Lumio City, which was lost to time until it was uncovered by Pavlos. These fountains are guarded by 5 ancient Pokemon known as Guardians. These 5 Pokemon were the other 5 companions of AZ with his Floette. So basically, this is AZ's original team when he was playing through the game himself. His original squad is the Guardians, essentially. The 5 Guardians were present at the firing of the ultimate weapon, so they gained immortality along with AZ. The Guardians are Kleavor, Slowking, Heliolisk, Gogoat, and Dragonite. It's not a bad team. It's not a bad team at all, to be honest. You fight them in their Mega Evolve forms in the game's boss battles. 3 Guardians have... These Guardians all have retainers. These retainers are part of the clan that work alongside the royal family. The 5 retainers are the spokespeople of the Guardians. Think of them like the Kalos equivalent to Draconoids, mixed with the wardens from PLA. I'm not sure what Draconoids is. I feel like this is like a Warhammer thing. I don't know, it just sounds very Warhammery to me. The sixth Guardian responsible for protecting the Infinity Fountain in Lumios was AZ's Floette, but since it had left somewhere unknown, it is left unprotected. The discovery of this Infinity Fountain and the potential of it being able to revolutionize technology of the time leads to Pablo's founding Project Flare within the Quasar Company, beginning the reurbanization of Lumio City. Project Flare is a project wherein the Quasar Company uses the Infinity Fountains in order to expand the living space of Lumio City, but also keep in mind the existing inhabitants of the existing habitats of the Pokemon living out just outside the expanding city. It's to give some flair to the old Lumio City. However, Pavlos' vision for the city is so large scale that it would require all 6 Infinity Fountains in order for Lumios to be properly powered. Yeah, so basically that's what's going on. Pavlos is the bad guy in this game, more than likely, whatever this is. So the Quasar Company is divided into 3 divisions. The ecological division, responsible for surveying the Anthos region for materials and Pokemon to help with the development of the city. This is a division where the player is part of. The industrial division, which is led by Sigvald. I think I remember covering this. I remember some of these names. Alright, like I think I remember covering this at some point in the past. Which is responsible for developing the infrastructure of the city and building power lines that connect to the Infinity Fountains to Lumio City. Finally, the Executive Division, which is the head of both divisions and are responsible for making sure that the city is a place for both people and Pokemon. The base of operations is under what was known as Lumio's Plaza, which later becomes a place where the Prism Tower is built. This underground hub eventually becomes Lysander's labs in X and Y. The reason it's underground is because the King of Anthos is against the Quasar Company's tampering with the Infinity Fountains. So in order to hide from their jurisdiction, they built their base underground and undetectable from the surface. So yeah, they're basically the bad guys. Okay, they're the evil team of this game. Alright, the King doesn't like them. King doesn't like them messing with the Infinity Fountains because he don't want that jump to blow up or something crazy to happen. Okay, we see what's happening here. The King, being upset with the Quasar Company's tampering of the Infinity Fountains, will send some royal guards to come after the player. So wait a minute, wait, why I gotta get, hold up, I mean, I do kind of work for them, but why they gotta come after me? This feels racially motivated, man. Why don't you go find Pavlos, man? You know that man white. Alright, they gotta come after me. See, man, you can't trust the police, man. Not even in the Pokemon world. So far, though, the story does seem pretty interesting. Alright, this seemed like a pretty elaborate story. I don't know if Game Freak would actually do something like this, but it doesn't sound bad though. So far, we haven't gotten into full-blown fan fiction territory. All right. So far, it seems pretty grounded. You know what I'm saying? But still interesting though. All right. Early on in the game, the player comes across a lone Zygrade core. Oh no, not a Zygarde cores. All right, look. The one thing I don't want in this game, I don't want to have to collect a bunch of Zygarde pieces, cells. I don't want to have to do that, bro. Look, don't get me wrong, I like collectathons, but man, collecting them stupid Zygarde cells, man, them things was annoying, cuz, and it was freaking everywhere. I don't want to have, please please, just let me fight Zygarde or catch him or something. I don't want to have to go through the pieces again. I would rather catch the individual levels of Zygarde than to have to go out there and find all them stupid cells. Alright. Oh boy, here we go. It quickly befriends the player and becomes the first Pokemon on the player's team even before it started. So, okay, basically, this is going to be your ride Pokemon. I got a feeling you're going to be able to ride the different variations of Zygarde, and they're going to be your ride Pokemon. Watch. After progressing through enough time, the player will collect enough Zygarde cells in order to upgrade Zygarde to be rideable. Yup, I figured that's where we're going with this. This is not a bad idea either. I definitely covered this in a different league. Alright, I have definitely covered this before. Alright, because I said there was a cool idea for you to ride the dog version of Zygarde. So, you know what I'm saying? This is, I covered whatever this man's first leak was, I covered it already. Like Koraidon and Miraidon in Scarlet and Violet mixed with the rideable Pokemon from Pokemon Legends Arceus. There's brand new forms of Zygarde for running, swimming, climbing, gliding. These forms are not given designated percentages like the other forms and are not usable in battle. Okay, so these are different forms from the percentages. Okay. You will be able to throw Pokeballs while riding on any Pokemon in the Zygarde forms, and there's also a dodging mechanic where Zygarde will dissolve into various cells to avoid enemies. So, I'm guessing, so like if he doesn't get attacked, he'll just, if something tries to attack him, he'll just like break off into a bunch of Zygarde cells. Now, what happens if you're sitting on him and he breaks off into a bunch of Zygarde cells? I don't know. You on your own, buddy. The player meets Kyuri early on and eventually will acquire a Mega Ring from him, along with, of course, a Keystone. Some Mega Stones are found around the various maps in certain places. Can only be found around the afternoon, mimicking how other players found Mega Stones in X and Y. So, I never understood why they did that. I mean, unless I'm just missing something from X and Y. I don't know why there was a time restriction on that in the first place. Just, what if I'm playing the game at night? What if I can't sleep and I'm playing the game at like 4 o'clock in the morning and I can't find a Mega Stone? Because that's kind of weird. Other Mega Stones have to be crafted. The player will come across Mega Fragments around the map, and mixing it with the right materials will create a Mega Stone. This is a cool idea. I think they should do this for like the mega Pokemon from ORAS, from Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I think they should do it with those, because it would be kind of weird that you could find those Mega Stones in Anthos. You know what I'm saying? Because these Pokemon are technically, these Megas were from freaking Hoenn, you know, so how can you find them in Anthos, you know? So yeah, having craftable Mega Stones will be pretty cool, you know. And maybe some of the legends, like the legendary Mega Stones, like Rayquaza, maybe have their Mega Stone be specific Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza shards, and you have to find these rare shards in different places. And once you find them all, you can make the Mega Rayquaza-ite, or whatever they call it. That would be kind of cool. Now, that would be worth the search. Way more than the stupid Zygarde cells, you know. Once the player connects all 5 Infinity Fountains to Lumiose, a celebratory project begins. This project is the construction of the Prism Tower. Sigvald is the secret villain of the game. A ton of Infinity Energy is necessary to awaken the A legendary Pokemon Alphysis? Alphysis. Okay. Alpha Isis, essentially. Alphysis. So, okay, it's kind of like Alpha as in the beginning, and then Zeta is like the end. I kind of get where they're going here. It's also kind of close to Arceus, because it kind of sounds like that. Alpha sis. But what is it? Is it gonna be the squirrel? Because that's the only thing left from the poetic Ada we haven't done yet is the squirrel, and the squirrel doesn't sound like alpha sisters. This thing sounds like a whole problem, you know. The end game has the player collecting the final remaining Zygrade cores cells in order to obtain 100% Zygrade and Mega Evolve it in order to defeat the now awakened Alpha Sisters. During the game, it will be reported that many strange ring-shaped objects are appearing around Anthos. Okay, so this is going to be Hooper. This is Hooper, more than likely. These are actually Hooper rings. The rings function as a replacement for the space-time distortions in Legends Arceus. It's through these rings you will obtain Kanto and Hoenn and Kalos starters. The Kalos, fossils, Aerodactyl, Cleavor, and more. Cleavor isn't from any of those regions though. Cleavor technically is from Hisui, you know, so I mean, you know, I guess maybe other Hisuian Pokemon there. This would be kind of a cool way for you to get the Hisui Pokemon, you know. In the post game, several big portals will be spotted around Anthos, and the player will be tasked with investigating them. They're different from the other Hooper rings as they're stationary and found in isolated places around the map. Very similar to the ORAS Hooper rings. This is how you get access to Mewtwo, Rayquaza, Latios, and Latias. The Kalos Mythicals Zero Aura are obtainable via having saved data on your Switch of existing Pokemon games like Scarlet and Violet for Diancie, Legends Arceus for Hoopa, Sword and Shield for Volcanion, BDSP for Zero Aura. So I guess ain't nobody getting Zero Aura. Ain't nobody getting Zero Aura. Each legendary will have a small side quest where you get to encounter and catch them. Boom. Alright, I already know now. This is awesome. Now, of course, do I think they're going to do this? Maybe, maybe not. Because I remember in Blueberry Academy, you kind of have to, like, get the little treat, the little feed things in order to get the legendaries in that game. So, maybe they're going to do something similar to that. But having a side quest for each legendary, it sounds like a bit much. I don't think Game Freak will want to do that. They'll more than likely give it to you as some kind of distribution event or like some kind of raid or something weird like that. These are going to be the megas in the game. So they said roughly 330 Pokemon in the game. All previous megas return. 20 new megas, 3 new regional forms, 4 evolutions, 3 convergent species, and 5 entirely new Pokemon. Now I'm going to be honest with you. This sounds kind of perfect. Because 20 megas sound like a lot. I don't feel like they'll do 20 new megas. I said maybe like 16. Alright, if he said like 16 or 15 new megas, plus the 3 regionals, the 4 convergence, the 4 new evolutions, and the 5 new Pokemon, that sounds about right. Because you don't want to make too many. They don't want to make too many new Pokemon in this game. But 20 megas is a lot though. So we got Mega Articuno, which is ice flying, Mega Zapdos, and Mega Moltres, so they keep their regular typings. Mega Dragonite is dragon flying, so it keeps its typing. Mega Granbull is a fairy fighting type. That sounds kind of lit. Fairy fighting type, okie dokie. That sound kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie to you. Mega Slowking is water psychic. But do we have a Mega Slowking? No, we have Mega Slowbro, not Mega Slowking, right? Mega Delakitty, okay. I don't see why Delakitty needs a Mega. Mega Frostlass, okay. Mega Haxorus, Dragon Steel type. You know what? Somebody watch my Mega Evolution video, because did I not make Mega Haxorus Dragon Steel type? Come on, bruh. Y'all stealing my ideas, man. Mega Golurk will be a ground ghost type. Mega Chestnut. will be grass fighting type, Mega Delphox, and Mega Greninja. They don't change their types. Mega Go-Go, straight grass. Come on now, make him a grass rock. If you're gonna steal my ideas, steal some of the cool ones. Because I made Mega Go-Go was, I believe, grass rock, if I'm not mistaken. Or it might have been grass normal, I'm not quite sure. Mega Heliolisk, Mega Zygarde, Mega Zeraora, Mega Frostmoth. Ooh, okay. Mega Frostmoth sound kind of lit though. Mega Cleavor, as if, here's the thing. Why is it that the Scyther family gets so much? Alright, because you got Scyther, and then you got Scizor, right? And then you got Mega Scizor. Alright, and then you got Cleavor. And now you got Mega Cleavor? Man, that's crazy. I think they might got a Gigantamax or something in there too. Man, yo, somebody is biased. Alright, somebody got a Scyther bias in there. And then of course you got Mega Alpha and it's a Dragon Rock type. So, okay. Alright, Dragon Rock type. What is it? He doesn't even describe Alpha. It's just there. So then you've got the new Pokemon, I guess. No, the regionals. You've got Anthosi and Torkoal, Anthosi and Cafant, and Anthosi. Oh boy, this Anthosi thing is gonna be a mouthful. Anthosi and Caparaja. So that's actually kind of cool because Caparaja is one of those Pokemon that's kind of underappreciated. People don't really think about Caparaja that often, but it's probably gonna get something. All right, you know, Mega something to that extent. So then I guess these are the new Pokemon or the convergent evolutions. So we have Cronowl. So I'm guessing that's like a Nocturnal evolution. You know what I'm saying? It's psychic flying type. We have Torgascu. Okay. That can't be related to Torkoal because it's not a fire type. It's just dragon. Well, if it's a convergent evolution, it's going to be completely different. So maybe this is a dragon type Torkoal, but why? Like okay. Then we have Dualove. So that's a love disc evolution. All right, Dualove. So maybe it's like two love discs and they're kissing. That's what it sounds like. Pokemon would do something goofy like that. Like people will wait like 30 years for a freaking love disc evolution, and it'll just be two love discs. It's Dualove. Then we got Surge Urchin. So basically, it's an electric urchin, which, if I'm not mistaken, we already have a Pokemon like that. But okay. An electric urchin. So this is gonna be like what's the urchin from Generation 7 that spits his guts out, but he's gonna be electric type. So then we got Pon, Beard, Bisharp, and King Gambit. So these are bug fighting type. Oh, this is gonna be fire. Also, so they're gonna be like bamboo. Make him like a samurai, but make him have like a one of those the bamboo swords, like or either give him a boken. Yeah, make him like a samurai, but he's got a boken sword. That would be kind of lit. All right, your bug fighting type. I mean, he got 4x weak against flying, so he ain't taking no brave birds. But this will be clean though. Pepin is a flying type. So I guess these are new ones. So Pepin, Galuster. So a rooster, maybe? Because, I mean, it's got to be some kind of rooster Pokemon eventually, because, you know, it's Paris. And flying female. What is... So what, is it female? Oh, the flying fighting male type and just flying type female. Oh, so it's misogyny. Okay. Because the females don't fight. They don't get no second type. They just fly. Misogyny. Okay. So then we got Greybay, Bunchiri, and Alpha Sis. Alright, so far, that's kind of clean. Alright, this jet is most definitely fake. More than likely. Alright, but I mean, it sounds grounded enough to be real. And that's the thing about these rumors. That's how you make a good 4chan leak, where it's grounded enough that it can sound feasible. Alright, the only thing that doesn't really sound feasible is like the side quest for the legends and just the amount of new Pokemon. That's a bit much, alright, for a game like this. And the fact that this person just has this great degree of information, like, that's crazy. This kind of reminds me of that, like, Zelda one, where somebody had, like, a buttload of, like, Tears of the Kingdom information, and it turned out to be somebody's, like, writing prompt or whatever. But, so far, this sounds cool. This sounds like a cool game. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Tell me if you want more just solo Pokemon videos like this, because I've been thinking about doing them. I like doing the news videos, but the news videos are kind of hit or miss sometimes. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.